There we go, let's change it over. Ben, how are you?
I've been better, been worse.
Yeah, I can imagine. Firstly, are you all right? Sort of managed to get to day 4 and then it looked like something pulled up there?
Yeah, I don't know the full extent of it. Going to wait till we get back home to the UK to get in, I don't know, lost count of how many MRI scans I've had. But yeah, we'll wait till we get back to the UK to see what's going on.
How do you reflect on it all, mate? It's been a huge series.
Yeah.
So close, we've talked about it. It's been so close in lots of ways. How do you reflect on it all?
I think this game, we should have got 100 more. We let Australia get 100 too many. And you'd probably say a lot of that's happened throughout the series. And yes, Australia have played very, very, very good cricket, and got to compliment them on that, and give them the respect that they play some very good cricket. But we've also had a lot of moments where we've done a lot of the damage to ourselves. And when you combine the two with a massive series like this and the Ashes and playing against a huge team, if you make mistakes by yourself as a team, and it's just not going to end well.
There's a bit of a flashpoint today, Ben, when there was a caught behind that wasn't given, and Snicker seemed to think that there was messed up. How frustrating was that for you on the field? Because I know in the box I wanted to kick the stumps out of the ground, so it must have been tricky for you guys out there.
I mean, it is frustrating. I mean, God, the technology shouldn't be the talk of what's happened over the last 8 weeks, but it seems to constantly pop up. And you feel for the umpires out in the middle, because they're the ones who end up copping it, but it's actually not their decision. It's the technology and the third umpire up who makes the decision if it gets sent upstairs. And gosh, yeah, I don't know, it's frustrating. I just don't know, the consistency has just not been there, but that's not the reason why I've lost 4-1. But yeah, it's just frustrating, man.
Is it frustrating that you feel as if you've underperformed as a side? I think we haven't seen the best of this England side by any stretch, and we've seen you guys play some fantastic cricket leading into it. I haven't quite got it right in this series. Could you put a finger on that?
Yeah, look, I think now, for a while, teams are understanding how to operate against us as a team. When we seem to get into a situation with the bat where everything looks very, very easy, opposition are doing a lot of the same things to us now. And we need to work out what we do in those situations a lot better. Because, I think we play too much 3 out of 10 cricket, if that makes sense, in terms of the chances of it coming off. And when you play a lot of cricket like that, the likelihood is that it's not really going to fall your way in big moments. And understanding when situations are in front of us and understanding why the opposition are doing that to us, we need to work out a lot better, especially as the pair and a group when we're out there. And as I hope that makes sense, because I've just seen it sort of happen quite a lot throughout this series and also a couple of series before. And this one in particular, I think we can all be very honest with ourselves as a team that we have done a bit of the damage to ourselves.
And you and Brendan will go away now. There's got to be some real diamonds that have come through. Josh Tongue, excellent. Jacob Bethel yesterday. The bones of a very, very good cricket team. So they're one of the main positives. And also, is there any areas where you need to fill to become a great test team?
Well, that's the thing. It's it's always frustrating when you lose games and you lose series. And when I sit in that dressing room and you look around the players that we have within the squad, not just the playing 11, but the people who are ready to come in, you go, like, unbelievable player, unbelievable player, unbelievable player. And that's sometimes where when you lose a series in the way that we have done, that's why it makes it even more frustrating. And as I say, it's up to the people like myself and Brendan and the leaders within the group to actually be quite honest and truthful as a team, because I feel like the first couple of years that we were in charge, we did some unbelievable things in terms of not only results but also getting the best out of people who, I don't know, might not have known that they were as good as what they were, and now everyone has performed on the biggest stage, and now it's about making sure that we do that consistently. And yeah, just being better at understanding huge moments and understanding as to why teams are operating a certain way against us and coming up with a way to counteract it.
Ben, we spoke sort of 10 days ago before this game, and you were absolutely adamant. You wanted to carry on. You want Brendan alongside you and the whole management team. I mean, I'm going to say, I presume that hasn't changed. You tell me. And then, I mean, you gave a really good explanation there about what you think needs to change or what you would like to change. But how do you keep developing moving forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, how we develop is be pretty honest and straightforward, and you don't progress, I think, unless you do have some pretty honest and truthful conversations. And you know, I remember I've been young, and I've had some stuff thrown at me that I didn't quite like, but I can always look back and you know, go, I know that was told to me for the right reasons. I remember being pulled into his room a couple of times when he was captain. I didn't like what he said, but when you look back on those moments, you go, oh, this guy wants what's best for me. And the only thing that I want for everyone in that dressing room is the best for them, and giving them the best chance possible at being very, very successful international players, which everyone in there I know can do. Yeah, just need a little bit of a recalibration, and yeah, 6 month time in June, hopefully we've done that and we're better.
I just want to ask, when does that period start? Because the cricket schedule is so relentless. Jacob just said, I'll go to Sri Lanka in 10 days. You know, I think Josh Tongue said, I've got 6 days at home and then I'm gone again. So when does that period start? Is there enough time to have those honest conversations?
Yeah, it is very tricky, and gosh, you know, I've got, say we don't have a test series till June, so I'll be plotting my way through the next 6 months about getting ready for that game, whereas some of the guys who are here have just, you know, been involved in a pretty high intensity series have to wake up in the morning and go, oh, I go away in a week, in a completely different format, in a completely different country, and they're away again. So it's absolutely brutal for them. But that time that we have in between there, that's where it's up to me, up to Brendan, Rob, and the guys who sit above sort of the players, if that makes sense, to put together something that we can just go, right, this is what we expect. If people aren't willing or you know, wanting to meet those expectations, then you know, I have got a ruthless side to me, and yeah.
Well, we've seen that in Australia. We've seen the ruthless side to you. So, and from Australia's point of view, we see it. We see you've been a great warrior, mate, and it's just great to, you know, if you get those right people, mate. I think this team could become a really great cricket team.
No, I definitely agree with you, and Graham, we've got the right people, JL. It's about using the people that we have in there with experience, and you know, I just want to push these guys as far as they can, and yeah, there's a lot more than just sort of what goes on out the field and all that kind of stuff that I think I can do a much better job at as being captain and as a leader. And you know, we made some big mistakes out here on this tour as players, and you know, I hold my hands up and say I've made some mistakes as captain throughout this as well. So you just got to be big enough and brave enough to tell yourself that as an individual. And this isn't a blame culture or anything like that. As soon as blame culture starts creeping into anything, that's the downfall of everything. It's about taking responsibility, ownership, and really understanding where we're at the moment if we want to take ourselves to the next level again.
Do you think you've got another Ashes series in you in Australia?
What's that, 4 years,
Yeah.
34, 38.
28, 29.
Yeah, 28, 29. I wish I was 28, 29. All I do is just work very, very hard to give myself the best chance of going out there performing for the team. You know, I'll always give absolutely everything, and yeah, you know, part of being a sportsman is putting yourself through the ringer, and unfortunately sometimes you do get injured, but it's not through lack of effort. You know, I know I turned up here and in very, very good physical condition and gave myself the best chance to get through 5 test matches. Unfortunately that wasn't the case, but yeah, I mean, everyone in there, gosh, like, just look at Bryden Cast, Josh Tongue, the way that they just constantly have run in the series when they've been given the opportunity. It's just, you know, away from the results and away from how we've handled, you know, you want people who've got the, you know, lion heart attitude, and you know, those two have, geez, you know, they've been on the wrong side of results, but you know, that's the kind of stuff you look at and you go like, yeah.
Awesome. Ben, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate throughout this whole series coming to chat with us and giving us all your honest thoughts and opinions. We'll let you go, but thank you so much.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
guys. Cheers. Appreciate it. Cheers.